Alright, so we're heading to a home inspection in Warren, and I have Joey with me who works for me, and he's going to be assisting me, and I'm going to also be training him in how to do a home inspection. So I'll be guiding him and teaching him, and yeah, so that's what we're doing, home inspection. Alright, so I'm with one of my guys, Joey. This is Derek, Northeast Contracting, and we're here in a house in Warren. This house used to be an old schoolhouse, and it was built in the 30s. It's all brick, and it's in, it's been redone. It's in good shape. Customer had a couple questions about the basement. We're gonna walk around. I already see some stuff that I'm gonna go over. Some stuff in the front. Always, I mean, you could see it, but sometimes it's painted over and you can't see it. So, see right here?
Yeah.
That's a perfect example. Painted over, you can't see it. It's rotting, at the base.
Yeah.
When it's hollow like that,
yes,
it means that it's not adhering to the surface that it was set on. A lot of reasons could be bonding adhesive. They could have just went over like the moss like that.
Yeah.
You see? I mean, it's just coming right out. So this is a common area that we find some rotted wood. And a lot of times, see that Joe? So yeah, so when we go down to the basement, we want to keep this in mind.
What about the gutter supports?
Yeah, no, the gutters are missing. So that's one thing that they told me about.
Okay.
So there's problems in the basement with water.
Okay.
So that's one thing that they did tell me ahead of time, that not all the gutters and downspouts are connected.
Okay.
Now, see this stuff right here?
Yeah.
That's window glazing.
Right.
It's almost like putty that you put in there. Can you see this?
Yeah.
So it's loose because it's missing the glazing.
Right.
Because they're old wood windows. It's an easy fix.
Yeah.
We want to document it.
Okay.
They're definitely not energy efficient.
Yeah.
You always want to check the wood. There's some peel and paint.
Yeah.
We'll note that. See this right there?
Yeah.
See how the crack just steps up and doesn't? It just keeps going.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, brick is going to do this, see?
Yeah. Now this is more than that, right?
Yeah. So this is why, we repoint brick chimneys, houses, because when it gets, it gets deteriorated, it gets old, you have to grind it out and repoint it. Now see right up top, we're missing a whole entire piece of gutter, and there's no downspout, so it just spills over the roof. Look, see how it goes right through?
Yeah. Oh, that's no good.
So when we pour concrete, what do? We put rebar in it,
Yeah,
wire,
so it doesn't
allow it to separate. And this has been filled, but it obviously is falling out.
Right.
So, is there a way to correct that? Yeah, I mean, you could fill it, but if it gets any major separation, luckily enough, it's just holding up. This is just access to the basement.
Put the rebar in.
But you can, definitely can fill it, but, eventually it might not hold. It's going to probably keep shifting that one area.
Right.
And then if you see this how it's caulked right here?
Yeah.
So that's why this is separating, because all the water gets in here, and it freezes, it expands, and contracts. If this was vinyl siding, you would use step flashing.
Is that lead?
Yeah, that's lead.
Okay.
So that's a good point. So that's how we flash brick. And if you see, could be done better. Wait, you see this?
Space.
But we'll know if it's leaking when we get inside. But that's how we do lead. We tuck it into the mortar joints. Yeah. See how it's wet right there? Because what drip edge does is it flares off the roof. A lot of people ask, shouldn't that be nailed in? Because it's meant to take the water and drip away from the house. The electrical tape on that, it's a good indication that it has a leak. Grab the ladder and bring it up on the deck.
You want the bigger one?
Yeah, please. Put the bottom down.
Yeah.
So they had problems, which is why they just slapped that, basically the tar on it that you get at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Just bring it over by the truck and
I'll put it on the side.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna check out the garage. Some of the stuff that we want to look at is the structure of it. Wow. Okay. If you look up, Joey, This is a 16-foot span. Somebody took out the header, and look.
That's crazy.
Now,
So it's just floating pretty much.
it
Like,
is.
it has
It
no
is right
big,
there. So they did some repair work here because see the outside? Now look at how it's framed. Look at it. See all the rot?
yeah.
Now you see how the water damage?
Yeah.
See how rotted it is?
Yeah.
Look at Look at Joey. See how it would have worked just fine.
Yeah.
Now this is all just rotting.
There, there's some I seen on the other side. Yeah, the shop.
Yeah, we want to check stuff like this to make sure it's on a live wire because this right here is a 20 amp wire, and that will give you quite a shock right there if you had to touch that.
Okay.
I'll turn my headlamp on. Okay, so see this, Joe?
Yes, I'm over here.
See this black wire?
Yep.
So the black is the hot wire.
Okay.
The white
Is the ground?
is, no, this is the ground. The white's the neutral. So, you know, those are separate.
Okay.
Now, you can touch that wire as long as you're not touching metal.
Okay.
And even if it's live, as long as you're not touching metal and not touching the neutral, because then you'll get shocked.
Okay.
So we're gonna turn this on, okay? Now there's no power. This garage really just needs to be reframed and repaired. Right down there.
Yeah.
So look at this. This is wood, Joey. Watch
Yeah.
this.
Oh wow.
Look, this is wood.
That's just rotted and.
Yeah, look. Because this is why we make sure that look at. See?
Yeah.
This is why foundations have to be 10 inches off of the ground. Because look at it just rotted away. You know, it goes down right there. Might even go out. Thing, Joey. Look right there. See the step flashing exposed?
Yep.
So that's gonna cause a water problem. There's no siding over it. See this gap right here? That's what we were seeing. There's no header right there.
Yeah.
And that's where we fill all the holes. Because Joe, see it? It's all wood. And
Right.
it's in contact with the ground. So it's just
Right
rotting.
It's right on the
And you
ground.
know, bugs are just gonna infest it.
Eat it away.
Yeah. So
I mean, I would want to fix something
gonna
else.
move our way to the deck now.
Yes.
All right. So I mean, you shouldn't have bounce if it's framed right. Now just stay still and let's see what it does. Wow, that's not good.
Yeah.
With very little effort.
Somebody who was a heavy set person before right over that.
Now again, we just want to reiterate the spacing. I don't know how it seemed.
Yep.
All right, you want to see if this is safe? Right, I'm just gonna do it without much effort. Just stay still. You think this is safe? No.
No.
It's like a boat dock, huh?
Yeah. I don't think that's safe. It's
No.
structurally.
And look at the boards in the middle. They just seam together everywhere. See it?
Now,
See right
something
now?
like this, is there things that get grandfathered in?
Nope.
Or the beginning?
No, it was never done right from the beginning. It's not correct, and it's not even, truly not even fixable. See this right here? This is supposed to be, you know, we use 16 inches nowadays, and I don't use 4x4s anymore. I use 6x6s. But in the very least, if you're gonna have 4x4s, they should have been supporting a beam that supported the deck, 12-inch sonotube, you know, the brackets
Yeah.
that rest on top, 6 inches above grade. So Joe, now look at the old stairs that I went over.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why we feel bounce. We have a 10 to 12 foot span with 2x6s. They should be 2x10s.
Supposed to be the thicker one.
Yeah, so 2x10. So it's 6 inches this way.
Yeah.
It should be another 4 inches.
Yeah, yeah.
And now if you look at this, this is acting as a beam. There's nothing supporting this beam. This is not a beam.
Right.
It should in the very least be a double
Right.
with 2x10s. So this deck is barely safe being under it, never mind having a cookout on top of it. Yeah, so you see all the moss?
Yep.
Look at all the water just splashing.
Yep.
Believe it or not, water splashing on concrete or brick will literally deteriorate the foundation and the brick. So this
Should be out.
should have a downspout and either come this way or go underground. Now they know they need all new gutters. This, look at how high tech this is, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
So this is run up to the solar panels, and solar panels, when the sun hits, creates electricity, and here is your panel. So this is done very well.
Right.
Now here's your, disconnect, so you can shut that off if there's ever a problem.
Yeah.
That is the main wire coming from the street, see it?
Yeah.
And we always look right here
Meter.
at this coating. You can see it right there. And we look at the packing right here. See this packing? Because this packing, Joey,
Yeah.
make sure the water doesn't get in this box.
Yeah.
And sometimes the water gets in the box and it goes right into the panel.
Yeah.
And people always wonder, how is the bottom of the panel rusty? Well, it travels right in.
Right.
You can check that to see if there's water. This
There is
spigot.
water.
Okay.
I checked it.
Now these I would like to see them be done properly.
Yeah.
So Joey, if this works,
Yeah.
this should pop the brake. There we go. So it turns the power off. All right. Now what that's doing is if you got it wet, it trips it. That's
Okay.
how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So we go like this. Turns it back on. Okay.
Cool.
If you look, see this plumbing? Oh, man. I saw something with it. See this? See how loose this is? Look at it. That's terrible. Okay, so this strap right here is 1.25 inches. All the connections are loose. See it? See? Look. It should drain much quicker than that. Okay. Function okay? Because windows, these windows, especially heavy windows like this, come down on your finger.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me look at the ceiling, make sure we don't see any signs of leaks. See all these connections?
Yeah.
In the bathroom, it's really bad, and it has like a, has a small leak.
Right.
These are all compression.
Add-on.
Yeah, that bed right there is just because they couldn't vent it outside.
Okay.
Should be vented outside. But I would like to see that be 1.5 inches to, yeah, 1.5 inches would be fine. That's 1.25 inches, but 1.5 inches hard pipe, that's glued together. Is yours getting hot?
This one's getting out.
Just wait for that one to get hot. Now that's a big problem in the sense that a moving pipe can leak, because it shouldn't have any place. It should have brace inside there.
Right.
Now this tank right here, I was actually surprised because usually they're not this deep. So that is a good thing. Let me explain it. They sell water at Home Depot.
Yeah.
And some people just buy that because, it's easy, just mix that, but it's
Yep.
not correct.
Yep.
So Portland cement is what makes cement hard.
Yep.
That and stone. Portland cement is smooth, so there's no stone in it when we do this. You add bonding adhesive, which gives it flexibility. It's kind of like what's in tile mortar, and then you add mortar. It's a special mix,
Yep.
but it makes it stick to this and never come off. And I mean, I say never come off, but maybe 15, 20
Yeah,
years.
in a few years.
And it's just hard as a rock.
Will you make these recommendations in the report so that I have it in case
Absolutely.
you do want to
Saw cut the whole perimeter, jackhammer the concrete out, dig down 2 feet. You need a whole entire truckload of crushed stone, which you're bringing in by hand. You put that
It's
in
labor
there.
intensive.
It's very labor intensive, much more than materials.
Yeah.
But I can measure it out. I mean, the one good thing is that you're out here. So as far as the concrete, I mean, you could lose it out there and you wouldn't even notice it. So it might save a little bit. So I would say definitely 15,000, and with that, the fact that we could just dispose of it, we could probably skim the bottom too in that price. With new mortar. But yeah, all of that definitely. Look at the condition of the pipe. Yep. It's not that bad until it goes underground, you know.